listening to Cruisin' the Blues with me, your host, Mr. Jack. I'll be your chauffeur and guide as we cruise through the highway in various regions of the blues on our ultimate blues tour. I hope within the next hour and in subsequent shows I can introduce you to the blues in its many forms. We'll take a musical road trip and cruise the many waters of the blues from the early 20th century through its evolution to today and where it's headed tomorrow. So join me this next hour as we start cruising the blues. Fasten your seatbelts, here we go.
Yeah, you got me licking gravy, baby.
Hound Dog Taylor and his band the HouseRockers have been playing music in just about every tavern in the south side of Chicago for over 12 years before finally being recorded. And even then, it wasn't Hound Dog's idea. He was just playing music because he loved to do so. He had no visions of becoming famous or well known. He was asked if he could be recorded by a young man who was at that time on a break from college working for Bob Koster of Delmark Records in Chicago. The young man, a native from Wisconsin, Bruce Iglauer, had come across Hound Dog and his band at Florence's Lounge in 1970 and was mesmerized by the sound he heard. He tried to get Bob Koster to sign him to record, but Koster wasn't much impressed with the band and refused to pursue them for the Delmark label. Iglauer, along with a friend of Hound Dog's, Wesley Race, decided to record the band and start their own label. With Hound Dog Taylor and the HouseRockers, Alligator Records was born. Today we're going to take a road trip back in time to the south side of Chicago and learn more about this blues man called Hound Dog and his band the HouseRockers. I'm Mr. Jack, and you're listening to Cruisin' the Blues with Mr. Jack. Glad to have you along for the ride today. Theodore Roosevelt Taylor was born on the Mississippi Delta in 1916. And he, like many bluesmen of his generation, was raised on a plantation working as a tractor driver, which was a much more coveted position over being a field hand. He first learned to play the piano, and he would haul the piano in the back of a wagon as he'd go play for parties. He finally learned to play the guitar, and that was a much more convenient instrument for transporting to parties. In 1942, he joined the many others in what was traditionally and historically called the Great Migration, where many people left the depressed and the poor South, which was actually still had a slave-driven mentality, and they went to seek new opportunities in the industrialized, flourishing North, places primarily like Chicago and Detroit. Theodore, however, was rather forced into the migration, having been chased out of Mississippi by the Ku Klux Klan for having an affair with a white woman. He actually fled a burning cross in his front yard, and he slept in drainage ditches for a while, hiding from the Klan until he could safely hide out at his sister's place before getting things together to leave for Chicago. Once there, he took on odd jobs and would play music for tips on Sundays on Maxwell Street. In 1950, he quit his job building television cabinets and started playing music full-time. Let's get back to more of the music of Hound Dog Taylor and the HouseRockers. You're listening to Cruisin' the Blues with Mr. Jack. Thanks for joining me today.
Well, I know you got them. I got them too. I got the blues tonight. Yes, I know you don't love me now, baby. I know the reason why. Because you got somebody now, baby. You're treating me like a child. You say, see you in the... Oh, yeah, that's all. You see me in the evening, or you don't see him at all. Yes, I ain't got nobody now, baby. We're sitting here all alone. I guess would you baby, and come on home, boy, I see you in the evening. Oh yeah, but that's all. If I see you in the evening, or when I don't see it all. Yes, I called my woman this morning. I called her on the phone because somebody told me, look here, man. She really not at home. She say see you in the evening. Oh yeah, that's all. I see you in the evening. Oh, she don't see at all. Yes, I love you, little old woman. I just can't help myself. You know I'm not crazy, little old girl. You loving someone else 'cause you see me in the evening. Oh yeah, that's all. 'Cause you see me in the evening. Oh, you don't see him at all. Yes, I called her this morning now, boy. I called her on the phone. And then she had somebody to tell me, hey, baby, I'm not at home. I will see you in the... Oh, yeah, that's all. I see you in the evening. Oh, you don't see him at all. Yes, my mother, she told me this morning, the son, just before you go, she just really don't love you, boy. To find why you gonna go, she say, see you in the evening. Oh yeah, that's all. And see you in the evening. Oh, she don't see at all. Yes, goodbye, goodbye, little baby. All I've got to say, I know you got some other man, baby. You're treating me this way. I will see you in the evening. Oh yeah, that's all. I see you in the evening. I don't see at all.
Hound Dog's philosophy was he refused to rehearse. He figured he had been working together with the same sidemen, Brewer Phillips on guitar and Ted Hyvry on drums, for many years, and they already knew everything he played. Bruce Iglauer wrote in an October 1976 Living Blues magazine, "Hound Dog never rehearsed in his life. He just made up his arrangements on the bandstand, making little changes each time he played a song." In his book, Bitten by the Blues, the Alligator Records story, Iglauer described what you'd see and hear at a HouseRockers show. He stated, "A typical Hound Dog set began with Brewer Phillips playing raw, distorted lead guitar, squeezing the strings to the breaking point, performing instrumentals, and singing well-known blues songs in a voice that was as cracked as his dental work. Given Brewer the spotlight, a low-keyed Hound Dog played the bass notes on his guitar because there was no bass player in the band. After he did 2 or 3 songs, Brewer would announce, 'And now, let's bring to the bandstand the star of the show, the one and only Hound Dog Taylor.' Then he'd take the single microphone stand over to Hound Dog. Of course, Hound Dog had been sitting there playing all along, but now the imaginary spotlight swiveled over to, and surprise! It's Hound Dog Taylor. We didn't know he was there. At that point, Hound Dog took over and became the focus of the show. The music of Hound Dog Taylor and the HouseRockers today on our blues road trip.
I got sugar. Lord, ain't it lonesome? Boy, when you're sitting at home alone. Ain't it lonesome? When you're sitting at home alone. Girl, you love, she's done been now, she gone. Drive her to the corner. She said, Daddy, as far as I gotta go. Drive her to the corner, boy. She said, Daddy, as far as I gotta go. Don't see me about 12. I'll be ready by 4:30. You go by 4:00 and you sit and blow your horn. Go down by 4:00, boy. You sit down and blow your horn. When the people start to looking at you, boy, you know you doing wrong. You drive away feeling bad. Wonder why the little girl out of me. Drive away feeling bad, boy. Oh, why the little girl out of me. She wanna get me in trouble. And why, man, I just can't see. don't change, I won't be here at all. Roll your money maker, honey, you ready to shake it. You shake your money maker, baby, you real alright. Roll your money maker. Shake it, shake your money maker, honey, you read alright. Roll your money maker. Every evening in the morning, I won't be here to fall. Well, I'm leaving in the morning, I won't be back to fall. When my mind don't change, I won't be here at all. You roll your money maker, honey, you ready to shake her. Baby, you real alright. Yeah, you shot aside. Roll your money maker.
In the December 1976 Living Blues magazine issue, Bruce Iglauer in his regular full-page ad and column reflected on the first recording session with Hound Dog Taylor. I'm going to read it right from the magazine itself. He said, after we finally finished choosing the songs, or I thought we had, I still had to cure him of his desire to make an album different from his live performances. Even though Hound Dog had never used a bass player on his gigs, he insisted he wanted one for the album because everyone used a real bass player on records. Of course, I knew he sounded best with only Brewer Phillips, second guitar, playing the bass parts, but I had to sit through an excruciating rehearsal at Pepper's with Hound Dog and Phillips struggling to play rhythm guitar while a bass player stumbled through Phillips' parts. I finally just put my foot down and I told Hound Dog that we were going to make an album just like he played a gig. But Hound Dog had one more request. He was worried that his amp would give out before we got into the studio. So reluctantly, I went with him and bought a new Fender Super Reverb. Of course, when he arrived at the studio, he was dragging his trusty Sears Silvertone amplifier, the one with the cracked speakers and the built-in distortion. He had decided to let Phillips use the Fender one for the bass parts. As it turned out, the Silvertone, along with Taylor's cheap Japanese guitar, created his true, dirty club sound. I think that was the gritty guitar tone that helped make the album so popular. It's probably the best-selling blues album ever released on a small label. Believe me, when I finally convinced Hound Dog that the album was going to be just like a gig, he took me literally. When we finally got into the studio, I began to realize that Hound Dog couldn't do more than 1 or 2 takes of a song. He'd just lose the feeling. Since we were doing the album in 2 sessions of about 4 hours each, I ultimately decided it was better to do as many songs as possible the first night, and then come back and do the same ones the second night, and then choose between the performances later. So the first night, we cut 10 tunes, and wasted a lot of time trying to get Brewer Phillips to relax and sing. The second night, we cut 16 songs, 14 of them first takes, and 9 of those ended up on the album. That was from the 1976 December issue of Living Blues magazine and Bruce Iglauer's account of recording the first time with Hound Dog Taylor. Pretty cool history there. let's get back to some more of the music of Hound Dog Taylor and the HouseRockers.
You got me? Said you come back home tonight. Oh, said it. Will you come back home tonight? I love you. You know I'm gonna treat you right. You don't love me? Why didn't you let me know? Oh Lord, why didn't you let me know? Maybe somebody ain't let you go. I call her, and I call her on the phone. I call her, and I call her on the phone. Some man, and told me she wasn't at home. I got it, can't use you anymore. Said it, you treat me the way you do. Oh, said it, how come you treat me the way you do? I love you, I don't love no one but you. I cried, I cried all night long. I cried, I cried all night long. And baby, well, you know you're doing me wrong. I tell me what you want your man to do. Oh, said it, what you want your man to do. I love you, I don't love no one but you. Give me just one more chance. Oh Lord, will you give me just one more chance? I'll prove it. Oh Lord, I'm still a man. Said it. Will you come back home tonight? You. You know I'm gonna treat you right. Give me just one more chance. Oh Lord, will you give me just one more chance? I love you, I'm gonna prove it, I'm a man. Look out! Can't hold out my long. talk to you on the phone. Oh yeah. Daddy, you can run, walk or fly. I love you, pretty baby. I hate to see you cry. Hold on, and I can't hold on. Well, I get that feeling when I talk to you on the phone. Yeah, talking to me, babe. Talking to me, babe. Talking to me, babe. Talking to me, babe.
Hound Dog Taylor passed away December 17th, 1975 of what was diagnosed as lung cancer. He was 59 years old. As for Brewer Phillips and Ted Harvey, well, Phillips was born on a plantation in Coyola, Mississippi, and learned blues from none other than Memphis Minnie at an early age. Following Taylor's death in 75, Phillips recorded under his own name and also performed with J.B. Hutto, Little Ed Williams, and Cub Coda, among others, playing both acoustic and electric guitar. He died of natural causes in Chicago in August of 1999 at the age of 74. Ted Harvey was a Chicago native, born there on December 21st, 1930. He was actually a horn player, and then he switched to drums, becoming a great jazz drummer. But he learned the backbeat basics of the blues from playing with Hound Dog Taylor. Following Taylor's death in 75, Harvey also played in J.B. Hutto's band, as did his former house rocker Brewer Phillips, eventually playing with the likes of Jimmy Rogers and other Chicago greats. Ted Harvey passed away October 6, 2016 at the age of 84 of heart failure. Well, there you have some history of Hound Dog Taylor and the HouseRockers. I got one more song for you today titled Goodnight Boogie. Thanks for joining me today. This is Mr. Jack of Cruisin' the Blues with Mr. Jack. I'll be back next week with more good blues for you. Until then, take care and God's best to you.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, good night to you.